Hello everyone, my name is Dhrumil Bhojani and I am from 7th semester of BTECH CTIS, and today I will be presenting my report on mini project. The topic is UI UX design system and style guide. So I'll be explaining you what my project was about with help of this PPT. So here are the contents of the my PPT for today's presentation. So first of all, we will understand what are the hardware and software specifications to use my design system. Then I'll be explaining some of the screenshots which I have took from my project. Then we'll be discussing about impact on society. Then after we'll be moving towards pros and cons of design system, and then we'll conclude the presentation here. Okay, so let's start with the hardware and software specifications. Okay, so this project aims to build an UI UX design system and style guide on a software named Figma. So there are multiple software as Figma, Sketch, Adobe XD, but I have particularly chose Figma because it is a browser based tool, so it can be used in any operating system. So I like Figma, that's the reason. So to run a Figma, there are some of the hardware specification which are required. So it is advisable to have at least 8 GB of RAM. If you have a Core i5 Intel processor, that will work fine. Then it can be used in any operating system, but I'm using Mac OS. And any web browser, Chrome, Firefox, whatever someone likes, we can use it. And yeah, at the last, you also need to have a Figma account. It's a free software, so you can make an account for free over there as well. So yeah, so I have made a design system, and I have used that design system to make a fashion e-commerce store. So what is design system is that I have made small atoms, molecules, organisms to offer design, like components of design, which can be used combinedly to make a design for website or web application. And I have written down the notes of how to use every component and what is the best method to use something from my design system. As you can see over here, we have a logo component. Over here we can see that ADIPU store, best quality in town since 1980. So this is the logo which I have made for this design style guide. And I have put some of the instruction over here, so how someone can use this logo or change this logo for their own design system. So is that place your logo into this master components. Once include a background and another is transparent. So yeah, so this includes the background and this doesn't. So what this will do is that if someone else is using my design system, what will happen that if they replace their logo instead of ADIPU store, it will be changed automatically in the whole account, a Figma account, so whole project. So it won't be repetitive task to change the logo in every page and in every screen. So once you change it over here, it will be changed everywhere in the whole design system. So similarly, the brand icon, and this is what I was talking about, UI components. So I have made small atoms, like atom, let's say a button or a breadcrumb or an arrow can be considered as an atom. Now by using these small atoms, we can make a larger UI components like molecules, like it can be a form field, or it can be add to cart component, it can be a filter component. And then after, by combining these molecules, we can make organisms, and by using these organisms, likewise we can make a whole page of our website or application. So that's the main reason why everyone uses a design system, is that atoms, molecules and organisms are pre-built from the design developers, developer, and then everyone can reuse these components in their own style guide. So they don't have to worry about how it in the end how it will look, because it will always look good because it is made that way. from the UI developers. So this is the color guide, this is typographic guide. If someone follows these guides, it will be very easy for them to make his or her website look very good. Particularly in this project, I have made an e-commerce store. Very soon we'll be watching all those screens which I have made in this project. So this is layout, something about spacers and thing, and this is the front view of my my website, e-commerce website, which I have designed. So as you can see over here, I have used a big image, some H1 tags, button, carousel, and heading over here. And this was the hero section of the website, and this is a 404 page not found. So these aren't all the screenshot, but due to time constraints, I have shown the main ones. There are more, but I have only kept it till here. And let's move on to next topic, which is impact on society. So I have chose this project particularly because I see I have 40 or something 41 classmates, and from them more than half of them are building a software or some kind of website or software for their final project. And I see one thing in common is that no one's UI is that much studied and that much better. So because there is less awareness about UI UX designing among particularly in ADYPU, or we can also say Pune or India. This topic UI UX designing isn't a new topic. It has been here in this world for a long time, but it isn't gaining awareness over here. So I thought, why not make a project on UI UX designing, and my other classmates can use this design system to build their own UI for their software or product. So that will be the impact. Like if anyone wants to build their own application or software, they can use this UI design. Okay, so some of the pros and cons of design system is that pros. Let's talk about pros first. Fast and efficient designing, because you don't have to really design something. You are just using someone else's component, and you are quickly making something. So not to worry about user experience, because all the components are already tested by the design system developer, so you don't need to worry about those. And quick modification, you don't need to modify the whole component. If you don't like the color, you can only change the color and you can go very quickly. So some of the cons are, if you want to add new element, it could be sometimes difficult to match that element with previously built element. Particularly if you don't have a design test or design idea, it can be sometimes very difficult. The last point is that of cons is that it takes time to understand a design system. So if this design system is made by me, right? So if someone else start using it, it takes a little bit of time to understanding what I was thinking at the time of developing this design system. But once you get those points, it is very easy. You can quickly understand what things will be where in my design system and everything else. So it might take a small amount of time, but depending on your grasping power, you may adapt it pretty quickly. So the conclusion is, it's so difficult for many of us to define and create a successful user experience for our end users, right? This project will help to understand how to make a good UI UX design and how to make a design which can be easily changed or tweaked. So yeah, this was the conclusion, and I hope you all learned something new from today's presentation.